Recently, a little debate sparked in 2K20, and the debate is, people have been asking around, does the two-way slashing playmaker take skill? Now, I've seen at least 20 to 30 people straight up say, two-way slashing playmaker takes no skill, anyone can use it. Now, there's been builds like this throughout every single 2K, and you guys see exactly what build I'm on right now. I'll be showing you guys gameplay with the two-way slashing playmaker and just talking about the build, what it can do, and the history of the best builds in 2K. If you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor, leave a like, and let's get right into the video.
Yeah, I can't get you out of my mind, no. Said I think about you all of the time, yeah. Been imagining you all in my bed, whoa. Hey, cause you been running round in my head, yeah. Hey, I can't get you out of my mind, no. Said I think about you all of the time.
Alright YouTube, it's Quil, and I'm coming back at you with the new video, and like I said, the best build in the game, in my opinion right now, is the two-way slashing playmaker. You guys see his ratings right here. I know I showed him in the last video, so I don't want to, have it on screen too long. And here are the badges he gets, as you guys see, 11, 10, 20, 20, one of the biggest, one of the most badges that any build can get this year. It's super balanced. But of course, in this video, I do want to talk about the two-way slashing playmaker. So if you guys do enjoy this video, leave a like, and let's get into some gameplay. So here is where I kind of want to, start the discussion. And by the way, I really want you guys to let me know what you think in the comments, right? I'm telling you guys might not believe me, but I read every single comment. I might not respond to it, but I'm telling you, I read every single comment on all my videos. So let me know what you guys think about this, right? And please leave a like on the video. But the two-way slashing playmaker, at the beginning of the year, nearly nobody had this build. As you guys see, this build can get contact dunks, ankle breakers, shoot, has insane defense, it does everything, which is why people say it's the best build in the game. So don't really focus on the gameplay in this video. It's just, regular gameplay, nothing crazy. But like I said, this is just a start of discussion, so let me know what you think in the comments. But the two-way slashing playmaker, what I feel like makes it the most overpowered is the simple fact that hop steps are broken in this game, right? The thing about the two-way slashing playmaker is people are saying that it has no skill gap, that anybody can use it. And I'm gonna get into past, overpowered builds in a few minutes here, but first I just want to touch on this build right here. I just want you guys to, this is what I want you guys to pay attention to the gameplay and just watch these few ankle breakers I get. But like I was saying, it's just the hop steps. The hop steps in 2K20 are completely broken, and the two-way slashing playmaker honestly probably gets the best hop step animations and dunks in the entire game. Now you guys know I have an offensive threat, a 6'3" offensive threat, and he gets Hall of Fame slashing badges. This build only gets gold, and you still feel more consistent dunking, you feel more consistent hop step dunking, layups, everything with this build. So not only do you have a crazy good bailout with the hop steps, and the finishing on this build is insane, but obviously you know about the playmaking. Nobody should ever miss on your team with this build, considering if I'm playing with someone I feel like they can't shoot, you have enough badge points to put Hall of Fame Dimer and Hall of Fame Floor General on. So your teammates, they should never ever miss. Then we get to, well, the defense. You have Hall of Fame defensive badges. You're literally a lockdown. So you have a build that can finish, you have a build that has high playmaking, a build that has insane defense. Oh yeah, and if you're an elite player, you can shoot super consistently on this build. There's no difference in the shooting between this build and the slashing playmaker, I feel like. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, when I was playing on this streak with Blessed right here, we went 15-0, 16-0 or something, but I was not shooting consistently at all. And I think the most the team scored against us, the whole streak was probably 10 points. And I couldn't even shoot. That just goes to show how strong this build is. But the thing that I wanted to talk about is, yes, it's one of the best builds in the game. If not, like what I said, the best, most all-around guard build in the whole game. But I've seen a lot of bad people try and use this build. And it definitely has a skill gap to it. Just like pretty much every build, you know, that's ever come out in 2K, or guard build. So if we're gonna, you know, like I said, talk about overpowered builds, you're gonna have to go to last year, where I feel like you had the most overpowered build in the history of 2K. And that, of course, is the 6'10" pure lockdown. Now that last year is a build that I will say I feel like took no skill. Now obviously we know post scores didn't take any skill, I'm not even gonna get into that. But the 6'10" lock last year could dunk as good as a slasher, literally had the best defense of any build in any 2K ever. Their defense was insane last year. They were so fast, and then you didn't even need to be good to shoot on them. All you need to do was equip base 24 or curry base, and you could shoot like a sharpshooter on that build. That I feel like will always be the most broken build ever. But the two-way slashing playmaker, I don't want to get too off topic, the two-way slashing playmaker, not everybody can use. Now I do agree, if you get, you know, 20, 30 of the top players and you put them all on two-way slashing playmakers, that it is the best build in the game. Like I said, the offensive threat is probably the best, you know, offensive guard build. But we're talking about, you know, the twos court mainly, and a lot of people like running this on threes. Not really pro-am or rec people don't like running it, but just the twos mainly. People love this two-way slashing playmaker and what it does. It honestly is the most all-around guard build in the game. But this is what I wanted to go back and talk about, you know, just overpowered guard builds, or what people claim they are. Because when I think of an overpowered build, I'm thinking of the 6'10" lock from last year, right? I'm not thinking of the two-way slashing play from this year. I'm just thinking of that as, you know, a good guard build. Because if you guys remember, back in 2K17, this was what, 3-4 years ago, the 6'2" sharpshooter came out, and I made that ASAP. I was probably one of the first 5 people to make the speed boosting sharpshooter. And everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people were saying, oh, the 6'2", the speed boosting sharp takes no skill. If you're not using a playmaker or a point forward, you know, you're bad. Anybody can be good on a speed boosting sharpshooter. But then, you know, you would see people get on it, and they would be bad because, you know, it's short, doesn't have defense like that, can't really drive, you know, it's more of just a shooter, get open around screens type of build. And there was a really, really big skill gap to it. Just like I feel like there's a skill gap to the two-way slashing playmaker. I mean, you guys see the build, I already explained earlier, does everything. Shoots consistently, gets contact dunks, probably the best hop steps in the game. And that's the biggest thing, right? If we're talking about overpowered builds, this year you can say an interior finisher is super, super overpowered. I've gone against so many people that are using an interior finisher that aren't good at the game. All they do is abuse the cheese, right? Where they hop step and they stun you because of fancy footwork. Or they just try and do the baseline dunk cheese, baseline reverse cheese. You guys know what I'm talking about. Interior finisher, in my opinion, is the easiest build in 2K20. Now, two-way slashing playmaker, I'm not even going to go as far to say it's the easiest, you know, build to use, guard build to use in 2K20. I will say that if you are an elite player, that it's going to be one of the easiest builds to use, right? Like I said, I was missing this whole streak. You guys just saw me miss wide open again. I was missing this entire streak. It was an off day. You guys ever had one of those, like, I swear, the last time I played on this build, I couldn't miss. I think I shot like 20 for 20 from 3. I'm not even exaggerating. But then I get on it, you know, on this streak with Blessed, and I was shooting horrible, absolutely horrible. There definitely is a skill gap with shooting on this build, but like I was saying, it's definitely not the most overpowered build in the game. But it is the best all-around point guard build. But I have seen bad people play it. So if you guys do want to, you know how to make this build, I'm sure you already have it. But if you don't, make sure you go check out my last video where I show you guys the best 3-point guard builds in the game. I do want to say that I did accidentally mess up when I created this build in that video. I accidentally gave it 10 finishing badges instead of 11. You should have 11 finishing badges on that build. So I think you want to max out your close shot, and then take some off your rebounding and some off your pass accuracy, so that those are still 20 defensive and 20 playmaking, and then just put it on close shot to get that 11 finishing badges. If you guys did enjoy this video, I mean, hopefully you did since you watched all the way to the end. Like I said, please comment down below. You guys see this game right here. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to the gameplay or not, but I was literally hop stepping this entire game. I think I did like 5 possessions. of me hop stepping when I was, you know, clamped or boxed or even got a contact dunk. Like I said, I wasn't even shooting on this streak and people couldn't stop us. That's just how good this build is. And then obviously once we give the ball up, we're gonna get it back really fast. I mean, we're two really good defenders, and then we both have Hall of Fame defending badges. He's the shooting glass lock, and then I'm, you know, the two-way slashing playmaker. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please do me a favor, leave a like, sub if you're new, and I'm out.